So you can't judge that. As a manager, Ange will look at that and go, well, he started to play, but we're 4-0 down. You know, they were far too open. Whether it's the manager's fault or the players, we don't know sitting here. The manager actually sends them out to play a certain way. And I've been saying for weeks and months, unless you get the balance right, you've got to be able to defend in this league. It's a harsh league. It's getting harder to get points. Even the teams down the bottom, they're all good players. They've all got good squads. And you cannot defend. It was like Keystone Cop defending the first half. Liverpool could have been 6 up at half-time. And we've seen it as a pattern. And as a manager, you look for patterns, and good patterns and bad patterns. And this has gone on now for too many games. And unless it's stopped, unless they work at it, they're going to have the same repetition of these type of results against the top teams. They've had a hard run of fixtures, and they've still got Man City to play. So, you know, for me, the second half, all better, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But the horse has already bolted.
OK, much to discuss and dissect from that one, which we will do, of course. We're now 9 down in the Premier League weekend. And, of course, we only have 2 weekends left after this one of this thrilling Premier League season. It's over 4 days this weekend. Luton's point in the end kicked it off on Friday. Arsenal and Manchester City both won on Saturday, as did Newcastle significantly, and Nottingham Forest at the bottom. Today, we've brought you Aston Villa's 1-0 defeat to Brighton. 5-star show from Chelsea, beating West Ham comfortably at Stamford Bridge, and Liverpool 4, Spurs 2. One more to go. Manchester United still racing for Europe, of course, in terms of their Premier League position, away at in-form Crystal Palace on Monday evening. So here we go then, all the different permutations. The title, of course, 2 to play for Arsenal, 3 to play for City, a point between them, and it is in the champions' hands. Liverpool up to 78 points. As I say, 4th and 5th, as you were. Villa still 7 clear of Spurs. Spurs still with the game in hand and with it all to do in terms of finishing 4th. Newcastle sits 6th, Chelsea up to 7th. First time under Mauricio Pochettino. They've been in the top 7 of the Premier League, but Manchester United will go back there tomorrow if they've avoided defeat at Crystal Palace. Significant change at the bottom, though. We knew Sheffield United were relegated, Burnley beaten, Luton only got a draw, and then Nottingham Forest winning at Bramall Lane. So it really is advantage Nuno and Nottingham Forest. They have a 3-point lead over Luton, and it's virtually 4 when you look at that goal difference as well. Remember, Forest are at home to Chelsea and then away at Burnley on the final day. Manager. I just wonder, with all the reaction on the way, by the way, is there a source of frustration seeing Liverpool score 4 goals today with the games you and I have sat here and watched and talked about conversion rates and wastefulness in the weeks gone by that's let it slip away?
Very much so, yeah. Scoring 4 goals today was probably what they should have scored based on the chances they created. But, of course, in previous games, we've seen them wasting so many chances, and at the real pivotal time of the year. And it was a constant, wasn't it? It wasn't like they missed a load of chances one game and then they'd score for 2 or 3. It was every week for about 4, 5, 6 games, missing chances all the time. So, yeah, a source of frustration. You hope that it evens itself out over the year. But we were talking earlier, I mean, maybe Liverpool's attacking players, as much as they're all very good and bring something different, when you think of real finishers there, you know, I've often said that probably Jota's the best finisher. Mo Salah gets incredible numbers, but I don't think he's you know, off the scale in terms of one of the great finishers in the world. Nunez isn't a great finisher. So, you know, maybe you reap what you sow. Maybe the strikers aren't, you know, that, you know, maybe they need more chances than other teams to go and finish. Maybe that's the case, but certainly today they put them away.
In some ways, Michael, they weren't clinical today. In a way, were they? They had so many chances.
Yeah. To score only 4, maybe you could...
Yeah.
But the point I'm making is, Glenn, when it slipped away from them in the last few weeks, they didn't score any against Crystal Palace, for instance, you know, at Anfield.
Yeah, well...
From something like 19, 20 shots, was it? I'm
not taking anything away from Liverpool today. They were the far better team, deserved the win. But if you come up against a team who are going to defend like Tottenham did, you're going to create chances after chance after chance.
Manchester City might have scored today against Tottenham.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I hate to think.
Well, they'll get their chance in a little while, won't they? Even though it's at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, they're going to get a chance. And if they play as open as that, then you'd fear for them, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
On Liverpool, Jermaine, do you agree with Michael? Perhaps they haven't got that real natural, like you two Fox in the box, when it drops, it's going in 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, I think Jota's probably the better finisher. Yeah, he actually finishes, calculated finishes. I think Salah, Nunes, I think they shoot, if that makes sense. They don't finish. Even Nunes then, the last action when he went through on goal, the obvious solution was to go around a goalkeeper and then pass into empty net. But for whatever reason, he tries to think over him. It's the wrong the wrong thing to do in that situation and that. But yeah, I agree totally. And I think the chances, and when it comes consistent, week after week, game after game, when you're missing all these chances and you're competing against teams like Man City and Arsenal that are getting these chances and players actually converting these chances, then you're going to fall behind.
Let's have a look at the ones that did finish in the second half, because we talked about Tottenham's response, and a couple of minutes into the second half, they'd conceded again. This was Gakpo. Elliott with a big hand in it, though.
Yeah, I mean, Gakpo would have been offside there if the ball had been played to him, so it was a good job it wasn't. Emerson Royale, again, another hand in one of the goals. This is a lovely floated ball. I was thinking, leave it. The man should be shouting, Diaz should be shouting behind, but he jumped early and hung in the air, and it's brilliant because he's actually headed it as he's virtually coming back down. By doing that, you lose a little bit of pace in the ball. However, it gives you a big advantage over the defender because you get up early and you put your arms out and all he can do is jump into your arm or underneath your arm. You can only do that when you're reasonably close to the goal, and often the finish you'll do is to flick it in that far corner. The ball's got to travel too far to come back with no pace on it, so I've probably said a bit too much information in a short period of time there, but jumping early gives you a real advantage. The problem is, as I say, when you're coming down, you lose momentum and power in the header then. So then it dictates what corner you go to. But it was brilliant because it gave Romero no chance of jumping and heading the ball with him.
You can relate to that explanation, no doubt?
Didn't score many headers, though. Mate, saying it's a difficult header.
Yeah.
You said it, I was watching it. It's a great header.
But you were infuriated in the first place that the cross was able to come in from a Tottenham point of view.
Yeah, again, Emerson didn't have the best of first halves, and then he's on second half, and he gets this ball. He just doesn't. His awareness isn't there. He's got to go inside, play the ball. But look where's the other fullback, Porro. Look, he's been right up the pitch. There's a 2v1 on Romero, and Porro's trying to catch up. He's been in the centre forward position, I think. And normally your centre back would have a fullback there with him to go and say, right, now I've got one to deal with, not two. That's where Romero's backing away and gets overloaded. And that's a classic example of how Spurs defend. And it's time and time again, those two centre-backs are being outnumbered in and around their own penalty area. So you've got no chance.
That was a Harvey Elliott assist. What about his goal?
Well, it was stunning, wasn't it? Absolutely stunning. One of those when, as soon as he hits it, he would have known it was going right into the top corner. Lovely strike. Liverpool switching the play. The ball over. Eventually it reaches Salah. A little layoff. And then he's still got a little bit to do. He dances past one challenge and then strikes it incredibly well. I mean, what a finish that is.
Basuma, when you see here, as he comes inside, and obviously his left foot, he comes inside, I think someone has to engage. I think you have to try and go and block.
For goals, he wanted to prove a point.
That doesn't happen, and obviously, it's right in the top corner.
I think the reason that's even better, is he has to take when Bentancur goes to close him, he takes the ball backwards. The ball's actually going backwards away from the goal, and to get his foot round it and put it in that top corner, sensational finish. It wasn't like it was even going square, the ball, or in front. Actually took it backwards because of the tackle. He rode the tackle. Wow, what a shot, what a strike.
Does Mo Salah get an assist for that?
Probably.
3-yard pass.
Yeah. Can't do, surely.
Probably.
No, they do. That's what they get nowadays,
They do, yeah.
assist for that. But I'm pretty sure he does. But no, it was all about Harvey Elliott, wasn't it? All about Harvey Elliott. Cop end. He'll remember that for a long time. And he's been playing particularly well lately.
I was just about to say that,
really
yeah.
well.
He's come to the fore, hasn't he, in the last few weeks?
He can make a difference, can't he? Some of these young players that come in, you think, they're just going to be squad players for the rest of their time and, float in and out of the team. However, when he comes on or when he starts, he makes an impact. He scores goals or provides assists, good assists. He's done well, particularly in these last few weeks.
He's a terrific player. I think I agree with you, Michael. When he came in the scene, you think, he's there for long term.
They're only 21.
Exactly. Yeah. He's a player. He's got ability. He can play with his head up. He picks passes. He's got a finish in him. To a certain degree, though, he's a youngster coming into that team. Manager loves him. You can tell that. that. He's got a great relationship with the manager. The manager loves him, but the manager's going. And as a youngster, you think, oh, I've got to start all over again with a new manager. I've got to, I've got to impress him and prove to him that I'm worthy of a longer stint in the team.
Well, now you've said lots of nice things about Harvey Elliott. We can talk to him live at Anfield. Harvey, well done today. How did that feel?
Tell you what, it felt amazing. It was a game where we needed to go out and put things right, and there's no better way to do it than doing it at Anfield, and just over the moon to get the win.
What about that atmosphere today? We saw the manager take it all in for the penultimate time before kick-off.
From the start of the game, it was unbelievable. But we knew we had to change things, and I said, there's no better place to do it here, especially with the home crowd behind us. And from the first minute, they gave us that boost and that confidence to go out and put on a performance, and I think we've done that today.
Harvey, Michael Owen here. We mentioned the manager just then, and Glenn Hoddle sat here with me, was just talking about how you've got that great relationship. He really likes you as a player. How difficult is it going to be for you and all the other players, of course, to then new relationships? It's going to be very different for a lot of people for next season.
Absolutely. It's going to be difficult. On top of that, it's going to be emotional when he leaves. The gaffer has gave me many opportunities and, gave me memories for life. So, as a player, I'm forever thankful and honoured to play under him. He's taught me many things. But at the same time, it's new opportunities for everyone. It's a fresh start, which could do us some good as well. But we just need to enjoy these last couple of games under him and, just be very thankful for what he's done for this club and, for us as players.
And did he tell you how to strike a ball like that today?
You don't teach that.
Yeah, he's told me many times, in all fairness. There's been a few opportunities where I've hit the bar and hit the post and bar, but, luckily today it just went in.
Oh, wow. I was going to say, I think you've been a bit modest now. It's probably the first time you've seen it. I mean, did you know as soon as you hit that was in?
I thought it was going over, to be honest.
Did you?
Yeah. And then, I just saw everyone celebrating behind it. I thought, it went in. Just enjoyed the moment, especially Cop End as well. It's what dreams are made of.
Harvey, the team in general have struggled to score a lot of chances in recent weeks, but your performance in particular, you've been making a big difference in terms of assists and goals as well. How do you feel your career, your game is developing? You're still only young.
Yeah, I am young, but I feel like a man now. I'm not sure how many appearances I've made for Liverpool, but I need to take all of that experience and everything I learn in games, keep taking it with me and keep wanting more. Scored and assisted today, but at the end of the season, I'm always going to judge my game on how many goals and assists I get. That's the type of player I am. In some games I haven't done it enough and I've wasted opportunities. But that's just me as a person, as a player. I'm always wanting to improve, and at the end of the season, I'll weigh up everything and then make sure I do better next season.
The answer to your question, Harvey, is 117, so that you can be very proud of that in Liverpool, Red. And how important is it that you just mentioned the word enjoy the manager and put on a performance in the last couple of games like you have done today?
Yeah, it's all about enjoying it now. We've got Champions League football, but on top of that, we want to finish with a bang and win these next two games. And as I said, enjoy it with the gaffer, because not many people like him in the world, and especially the experiences and the achievements that we've made as players. It's all because of him, and we just need to enjoy it and embrace these last moments, and hopefully we can put performances on for him, so he can leave happy. But we have a week now until the next game, and we just need to keep going, keep focusing, and prepare for the next one now.
Yeah, and then finally a fortnight today. Everyone will just be really trying to keep their emotions in check, won't they? It'll be a funny old day.
I think if I'm gonna start, I'm gonna start tearing up. So for me, it's gonna be an emotional one, especially with everyone in the stadium as well. But we have two more important games, and what better way is there to go out on two wins, and then we can deal with that after.
Well, you've given him and both a special memory today with that strike in front of the Kop. Very well done. Thanks very much indeed for talking to us.
Take care, guys. Thank you.
That's Harvey Elliott.
A masterful performance.
Reminiscent of the late Rudolf Besser.
Rudolf Besser is dead? No, he's late. He was supposed to be here at...
Rattler, you always get me with that same dumb joke.
Well, maybe it's not the joke that's dumb, if you catch my drift.
When you hit them like that, as a Liverpool player and a Liverpool fan in front of the Kop, in a game like that...
That's what dreams are made of. He said, yeah, I mean, when you're a young player, you come into the team, for some reason, even in training, you always feel like you're on trial. You always want to impress your teammates that you've probably been watching. You know, you want to impress the manager in every game. And, you know, for a goal like that, and I believe he can score a lot more. You know, technically, he's a gifted footballer. 21 years old, you know, the future's at his feet, and it would be good if he can continue this form, and then whoever manager comes in next, you know, that he's a big part of next season. Yeah, and he can play in 2 or 3 different positions, and he's a player, as I said, he's played over 100 games already.
Yeah, he's got that experience under his belt already with a top club. And for me, he's going to get better. I think he can improve on his right foot. I think he's got to really improve on his right foot to become a top player. But the potential's there without any shadow of a doubt. I love the way he plays. The best players in the world are the ones, in the end, these youngsters that are coming through. If you think about it, they all play with their head up. They all see pictures and they got a great vision. And that's such an added thing to a player, particularly in that midfield area. And he proved today, he assisted and he scored. He wants to do that more. Seems like a level-headed lad. And he's got a hell of a chance of just progressing every season. So good luck to him.
OK, so that's some Liverpool player reaction. Let's get some Tottenham one. Their captain today with a personal accolade, the first visiting Premier League player to score 4 seasons in a row at Anfield. But, of course, it was in another Tottenham defeat. Here he is, Son.
Donny, you continued to fight, but in the end it's another tough afternoon. Overall, thoughts on the Tottenham performance?
Yeah, it was much better than against Chelsea. We tried to play, and especially in the difficult places, and obviously very strong sides. And yeah, I thought we competed very well, especially in the first half before we conceded goals. And obviously, when you concede a goal, and you try to catch up and play more risky, and yeah, it was tough results. But yeah, look, in the tough moments, we have to stick it together. It's a great opportunity to get it even tighter and stronger, because I think all the 4 fixtures, it's been really tough, and because it's combined maybe in a month, it looks quite worse. But I think the lads fight until the end, so yeah, it was tough afternoon.
Yeah, we've listened to the manager in the last few weeks talk about maybe in the long run the pain can make you stronger. Do you have to kind of hold on to that in moments like this?
Yeah, in football, you're thinking about in the start of season when we play well and everybody was joy and wasn't no pressure there. So obviously now is the time that everybody has to step up. Everybody has to stick what we want to do. And as I said before, I think this is time. This is the opportunity that we can get even stronger and get it together, because when everything goes well, it's all easy. But in a tough moments, everybody have to just get it together and help each other.
Through the pain, through this tough moment, do you still feel like you are on the right path?
Definitely. I think we sometimes like Thursday, I think it was not the game we want to approach, and it was very disappointed. But also today, when you look at the results, and it was very, very disappointed. But I think we are in the right track, and still don't forget, I think the manager's first season, and we had coming with some of the new players who's playing first in the Premier League. And look, I think we are definitely in the right track. Don't get me wrong, he's very disappointed 4 games, and we kind of had to hold this pain and the results, and to keep work hard and to get better.
Lastly, if you do miss out on the Champions League, which obviously looks likely now, how big a blow is that?
Yeah, everybody wants to play Champions League, but still we have 3 games to go, so we gotta give everything. Never know what's gonna happen. So yeah, football sometimes can happen magical. So we keep believing our games. So we try to focus game by game. Last three games, I think we gotta give everything, and we'll see what's gonna happen.
Thank you.